Here's my audience.
She looked up. She was like, "She's."
Look at their beautiful faces.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
Wow.
Make sure I'm good. Think I'm good. Here we go. What do you love in this life? Think about it. And I know the word love is overused in society today, but when I say love, I mean, what are you passionate about? What would you be willing to die for? Some people might say their family or their friends, maybe an idea or a religious view. But for me, that thing is music. My name is Tyler Keenan, and music has been a massive influence in my life. And it might seem strange for me to say that sound, which is really just vibrating waves flying through the air and hitting my eardrums, could somehow influence me as a person. But since I was young, I've maintained a childhood fascination towards music. And I remember being young and watching my grandmother Mona, who passed away about 10 years ago, play piano. And I would just be fascinated by it, and I had to learn. So by the time I was 9, I started taking piano lessons. And I took lessons for 10 years, and then by the time I was a senior in high school, I was voted most musical in my class. So when it came time to graduate, people would often ask me, "So you're going to major in music in college?" And I just wasn't sure. But I ended up going to Fort Hays State University, and at orientation, I took the plunge to be a music major. But I left feeling a bit uneasy about it. And my mom could sense it, and on the ride home she said, "Are you sure this is what you want to do?" And I remember just looking at my schedule, and I realized that music didn't sound fun anymore, and I hated that. So the next week I went back and I changed my major to undecided, and took all gen eds. But throughout my freshman year I realized, music is my passion. I would love to turn into a job somehow. And I started to research DJing. This is my visual. And I researched DJing for about 6 months, and I learned how to do it, what I should buy, what's the best stuff to buy. Anyways, I found someone selling all the equipment I wanted in Kansas, and I took a big risk, and I went. He was on Craigslist. I spent $3,000 on everything I would need to start my own DJ business. And about a month later, I got hired for my first gig, and it was in my hometown at a local bar, and it went absolutely terrible. I didn't really fit into the bar. My style didn't fit in, and the owner was bossing me around all night telling me what to play. And so I left with this huge disappointment because I had a vision of what I wanted it to be, and it just didn't match up. So at this point, I'm questioning if this is for me. Kind of like I might have wasted my money on this. But I stuck with it, and I just did it as a hobby, and every now and then I do a birthday party for a friend or something. But a year later, I moved to Manhattan, Kansas, and the first month I lived here, a brand new bar opened, and they posted on their Facebook looking for DJs. And one of my buddies posted a link to my Facebook page, and the owner saw it and called me and said, "We're looking for DJs, would you be interested?" And I said, "Absolutely." And that has led me to the last 8 months DJing every weekend at the coolest, biggest bar in Aggieville, and I love every minute of it. And I get a DJ for 500 people who have the time of their lives while I have the time of my life, and I get paid to do it, which is unbelievable. And it's also led to opportunities such as playing at the Granada in Lawrence, Kansas, which is a venue that many world-famous bands have played at early in their careers. So I guess from this story of me DJing, you kind of get what everyone tells you your whole life. Find your passion. I love music, decided to turn it into a job. Don't give up, because I wanted to quit in the beginning, but I stuck with it and it paid off. And I guess the third would be take risks to do what you want to do, because it was a risk for me to spend the money to do it, but it's already paid itself off in multiple ways. So when I view this, I guess you could say my life is just full of cliches, but as long as I'm happy, I don't mind. Thanks.
Off the road, we still talking.